Hey there, Elite Service Masters viewers. So do you know that old saying, if you want something done right, do it yourself? Well, hold on to your hats because we're about to throw that right out the window. What if I told you that outsourcing your work, yes, letting someone else do it, might lead to better quality? Crazy, right? But stick around because I'm about to spill the beans on how subcontracting can boost your production quality and how to keep everything running smoothly, whether you're doing it all yourself or calling in some backup. Alright, first up, let's talk about direct production, a.k.a. I'm doing this all by myself because who needs sleep anyway? When you keep everything in-house, you got total control. It's like running a one-person show, except with a whole team that you're responsible for. You get to make all the decisions, call all the shots, and feel like the king or queen of your little production empire. But here's the deal. Total control also means total responsibility. If something goes wrong, surprise, it's all on you. Plus, keeping everything in-house is like hosting a never-ending dinner party. Sure, you get to choose the menu, but you're also stuck with all the cooking, cleaning, and making sure Uncle Bob doesn't start a fight over politics. So yeah, direct production can be great, if you like juggling flaming swords while riding a unicycle on a tightrope over a pit of alligators. Otherwise, it might be time to consider another option. And that's where subcontracting comes in, cue the superhero music. Traditionally, subcontracting is like calling in the cavalry when you're just too darn tired to fight the battle yourself. Need to cut costs? Subcontract. Need to offload some of that overwhelming workload? Subcontract. But get this, subcontracting might actually lead to better quality. I know, mind blown, right? Here's the secret sauce. When you subcontract, you're not just handing off work. You're bringing in the pros. These are the people who eat, sleep, and breathe their craft. They perfected their skills to the point where they can do in their sleep what you might struggle to get right after 3 cups of coffee and a pep talk. And don't forget, these subcontractors are out to impress. They're like that one kid in school who always had to be the best at everything. Except now it's actually useful. They know they need to deliver top-notch results every single time if they want to keep getting hired. It's like they've got a permanent gold star chart in their office, and they're not about to lose their spot at the top. But before you start throwing all your work at subcontractors like they're the answer to all your problems, let's pump the brakes a little. Subcontracting isn't without its risks. You're basically trusting someone else with your baby, your project. And that can be a little nerve-wracking. So how do you make sure subcontracting actually improves your quality instead of sending it down the drain? First, choose your partners like you're picking a teammate for dodgeball. Don't just go for the first person who raises their hand. Look for subcontractors with a solid track record, glowing reviews, and a love for quality that rivals your own. Second, keep those communication lines open. We're talking regular check-ins, detailed progress reports, and maybe even a group chat to make it clear when something's on fire. Hopefully, just metaphorically. And if you're really serious, send in one of your own quality control folks to keep an eye on things. Think of them as your secret agent, ensuring everything stays on the up and up. Lastly, always have a backup plan. If one subcontractor drops the ball, you need to be ready to swoop in and save the day. Whether that means having another subcontractor on speed dial or preparing to do some of the work in-house, don't leave yourself hanging. Now the million-dollar question. When should you stick with direct production, and when should you subcontract? Here's the quick and dirty rundown. If the task is core to your business, like your secret sauce, the thing that makes you special, then keep it in-house. Think of this like grandma's secret cookie recipe. You wouldn't want to hand that off to just anyone, right? You want to keep that in the family. But for specialized tasks or things that require more brains or brawn than you got in-house, subcontracting is your best friend. It's like hiring a professional plumber to fix your pipes instead of trying to do it and ending up with a flooded basement. Sometimes it's just better to let the experts handle it. And here's a pro tip. You don't have to pick one or the other. A hybrid approach, where you keep the critical stuff in-house but subcontract the rest, can give you the best of both worlds. You get to control the parts that matter most, while still reaping the benefits of subcontracting. Let's wrap this up with some real-world examples, shall we? Take Apple, for instance. They're famous for their obsessive attention to detail. But guess what? A lot of their production is subcontracted. Yep, those shiny gadgets you love so much. They're the result of Apple teaming up with specialists around the world. The result? Super high-quality products that people line up for hours to get their hands on. Or let's talk about something a bit more relatable, like that custom furniture maker down the street. They might design and finish their pieces in-house, but they'll subcontract out the parts that require specialized machinery. This way, they to focus on what they do best, creating beautiful, custom pieces, without needing to invest in a factory full of equipment. Smart, right? So, what's the moral of the story here? Subcontracting isn't just a way to lighten your load, it's a sneaky little tool that can actually improve the quality of your production. By partnering with the right specialists, keeping communication clear and constant, and knowing when to go solo and when to call in the reinforcements, you can keep those quality standards sky high. Whether you're running a mega corporation or a small business, the key to quality control is knowing when to tighten your grip and when to let go. Strategically, of course. Now, go forth and make those smart subcontracting choices. And hey, if you found this video helpful, or at least mildly entertaining, hit that like button, subscribe to Elite Service Masters, and ring that bell so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep those standards high and those subcontractors motivated.